The reliquary of the cross was made of gilded copper and Champlive enamel, and it's located in Limoges, France. I wanted to start this project presentation by going ahead and defining exactly what a reliquary is. So a reliquary is best defined as a holder or container for relics. And this object is a reliquary because it once held a relic of the cross at some point in its history. So its function was initially to hold a relic of the cross and transport it or protect it. So the history of this reliquary begins as it once contained a sacred cross relic that was transported from Jerusalem to the Church of Saint Sernin in Toulouse, France. This is evident because there are images depicted on the front, back, and sides of this reliquary box, and it also shows a cross relic being transported in the box as well, which indicates that that's what it once held. The purpose of this box was to keep safe the relic that it held, as it must have been considered precious and it must have been of great value to those that had it and those that were receiving it. Otherwise, it probably would not have been under as much protection as it was in the box. And this reliquary box can now be found in the Metropolitan Museum in France. And the cross that it once held has yet to be identified, or the two have yet to be connected. If it has been found, they just have not been identified as a pair yet. So the story that is depicted along the sides of the reliquary box begin on the hinge side, and on this side it shows the journey that is traveled from the Church of the Virgin in Jerusalem to Toulouse. And in this image, a abbot from the Church of the Virgin can be seen handing the cross relic to a scribe, and that scribe was about to board a ship that was on its way to Toulouse. And then as you follow it on the side, the shorter side, the scribe has completed his travels and is showing the relic to the abbot of Toulouse. And on the last side, the side with the keyhole depicts the church doors of the Church of Toulouse being held open and the relic being welcomed in. And that can be shown in each of these images here. So this first image that you see is the journey from the Church of the Virgin to Toulouse, and you can see that along the hinge side here. And on the second image in the middle, the scribe is presenting the relic to the abbot of the church, and you can see him holding the relic up and the woman outstretching her hands. And in the last image on the far right, the church doors of the Toulouse church are being held open and the relic is being welcomed in. So how was this reliquary important in medieval times? So this reliquary served the purpose of protecting a sacred thing, and that was its primary purpose in history. But eventually it became a sacred object itself because it did the job of preserving history and portraying the journey and the story of the object on its sides and front. And because the artist chose to depict the story of the reliquary box and the relic on the sides, we are able to preserve history and know exactly what happened and the journey that this object took. And that's very important to history, and I would consider that one of its primary purposes in history now. So I think that it also helps shed light on the cross relic that the reliquary once contained, as it has yet to be identified, but because of the images that are portrayed on the reliquary box, we are able to really get a feel or an understanding for what this box once contained, and I think that that is a priceless piece of knowledge to know.